Today we're going to 72 acres west of Trinidad on Highway 12, about 15 miles to the little town of Segundo, and the property is just north of Segundo, about 2 miles off of Highway 12, so it has easy access to get to it. And there's no covenants. I'm going to zoom out. I was trying to zoom in to get the mountain views, but the video doesn't really show. It only goes in so far for the zoom. So there's 72 acres with a small unfinished cabin on it. And power is about a half mile away on this property, and it's mostly usable land with good grass, so if somebody wanted to do some use it for agricultural purposes, it's at a great elevation to do that, and also for grazing of animals. I'll be taking little snippets of shots of going up Highway 12, going west out of Trinidad, and we'll go to the town of Segundo where the little mom and pop grocery store Ringo's is located. Ringo's supermarket, and there's also gas pumps there. The neat thing about this track too, you're about halfway to the mountains and you're only 20 minutes from town. So this property puts you within anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes of all the public lands around and mountain lakes as well. So we'll be taking a left onto Highway 12 right here as we cross the dam. As a part of the video, I'll do a little walk through the cabin. There's the lake. We came across the dam. There's Fisher's Peak in the background, if you can see it back there. It's Fisher's Peak over Trinidad, Colorado, and they got I-25 right there. Raton, New Mexico is 20 minutes south from Trinidad, and Pueblo, Colorado is about an hour north of Trinidad. And then Colorado Springs, on the southern end of Colorado Springs is an airport, and that's about 2 hours from this property. And then Denver's about 3 hours to the south side. Okay, we're still headed west on Highway 12 out of Trinidad, and we've come about 4 miles. And at this juncture, you can see Trinidad Lake State Park. This is the back entrance if you go this direction. And you can see the old coking ovens in Coatdale, Colorado. They used to make coke for steel. And there's Coatdale. And you can see Fisher's Peak over Trinidad in the background right there. About a mile past Coatdale, you can see another entrance to Trinidad Lake State Park and Long's Canyon Ranches. And you can see the Purgatory River on our left, down in the bottom. So you go that direction, get to another portion of Trinidad Lake State Park. At this point, you begin to see the Sangre de Cristo is really about 8 miles out of Trinidad. We come to Segundo, Colorado, which is about 16, 17 miles out of Trinidad, Colorado. But if you keep going west on Highway 12, it's called the Highway of Legends, and it will take you over La Veta Pass and to La Veta, Colorado, and back to 160 to where you can get to Walsenburg, Colorado, and I-25 by taking a right on 160, or you can take a left and head to Alamosa, Pagosa Springs, Durango, in that direction. We're probably about 9 miles now on Highway 12 going west to Segundo, and on this property you don't have any covenants, and the roads are maintained year-round for year-round access. The property also has a wet weather creek. Anytime we get any rain or if we get decent snows and then with good snow melt, you'll have a little bit of a creek running through the property, which is nice because this property is at a lower elevation to where most valleys, a lot of valleys run down into it. And then with the wet weather creek, drilling a water well should be about the average of about 350 feet at $22 a foot being drilled. And we're coming into Segundo, Colorado, where Ringo Supermarket is, and they also have gas and fuel. And right past the little town here of Segundo, we'll be taking a right, and then about 2 miles off of Highway 12 here to the north. Property's back up in there. We'll be going to the property. I'll be flying my drone over the land, and I'll try to fly it lower too, so you get a better idea of what it's like. So we just passed Ringo's Supermarket, and then right up here at the top of the hill, you get really good views of the Sangres. And the Sangres are all national forests for the most part, and there's several mountain lakes up there as well. Monument Lake Park is really beautiful. You can rent boats and other things there in cabins. So, but at the church, you see on your right here, if I'm filming and driving properly, you take a right and you come to the ranch gate. We'll be taking a right to head about 2 miles in here to go to the property. Okay, we've just come in the gate and you want to take a right. Don't want to go that way, it's left. And you can see the sun rays back there. I've zoomed out. You have a better perspective when we're driving in. There's the gate back there. And we'll start driving in. We've just come through the gate, but I'm going to video quite a ways to the property so you can see the drive in. You can see Fisher's Peak in the background over Trinidad again. It looks a little bigger than that. The far western hill on the property is that hill right there. And there's a nice big huge flat mesa up on top of that with a road going up to it. It could be built upon. And you'd have the almost probably 360-degree views up there, almost at least. There's the Sangres again. Hopefully this is focusing. There was an electronic gate here, but they were going to move it to a better place. So it may have an electronic gate operational again. But like I said, there's no covenants. So we go down in this valley here and then we'll be going up to the top over there. Here's the electronic gate that needs to be fixed. I don't know if they're going to move it, if it'll stay there. If you went right down this valley, you would end up at Segundo, Colorado, and Ringo's. There's a gas well, a methane gas well on this property, and the gas company maintains the roads year-round in here. And the methane gas comes out at 6 or 7 coal bed layers, about 2,000 feet below the ground. And water-bearing layers are typically from 18 feet to about 600-800 in the area, and they have to case down through all that. And they stopped drilling operations, but for the most part, back in 2008, and that's where we came in there. So I'm going to pull in at the cabin. We'll take a look around that, and I'll take some land shots. Actually, first, we're going to take a right at the top here, because the hilltop that's right in front of us there is a part of the property, the far western side. And then I'll show you the drive, and I'll hike up to the top of the mesa that I was talking about. So we take a left, and be going along. Everything on our right would be a part of the property as we drive in to the cabin. Sangres. This little driveway is just off of the property. But the owner has access coming up to this little gate, and we'll go up to the top of this mesa where you can see there's a rough cut road going up already. And then you can see Fisher's Peak over Trinidad right there. I don't have the key, the combination to this gate. So I'm going to walk up the road walk up the road to show the Mesa up on top, which is, we drove up this road, the ranch road, and then took a right here, came into this little grassy area right here, and if you look on the topo closely, you can see a little driveway coming up in this huge bench that we'll be going up to, and then the cabin is way over here. It's like I was saying, if we had taken a left when we got to the very top of the hill, we'd been going around the northern boundary of the property. And here's the wet weather creek that runs through the property. Just drilling along an edge, or down closer in here, you're gonna have a really good chance at a good water well. Okay, so I'm gonna hike to the top of the Mesa top. Okay, we're just starting off to walk to the top of the Mesa. Thought I'd get a shot of Sangre de Cristos. Views are beautiful, and you can see all the way into New Mexico this direction. Well, it's over this hill. That would be New Mexico back over this direction. And you can see the West Spanish Peak over there. Like I say, when I zoom in, the views are bigger than what I can zoom in on. So this is washed out a little bit. The main construction's done. There was an old Jeep trail that came up that way. Yeah, this drive or road going up to the Mesa top's just been roughed in. So it has a lot of light dirt. Most places you wouldn't have to put any road base on the track roads, on the roads, but it'd be a good idea to do it on this little hill here. Okay, we just come to the top of the driveway, and that would be, at least this Mesa, that would be probably about 100 yards coming up the hill, and it's not bad. Okay, zoom out a little bit. You can see when we get up here, I go a little fast. Fisher's Peak is right in base up here. It's about that big. A lot of room up here. This is looking north. I'll just circle around. Let me fly my drone over it. I'll do a higher aerial circle, and then I'll be flying it low. You can see that we're basically walking west now. And there's the Spanish Peaks. Get this little deck, it's all worn. We're on the western edge of the Mesa, and you can see the Spanish Peaks to the northwest. La Vida Pass is back over there if you're heading 160 to Pagosa or Alamosa. We drove in across down in here, and then back up right up here, and then back along here. Driveway's right down there. There's Fisher's Peak. It's beautiful up here. Okay, we'll walk to the north end. There's Fisher's Peak of this Mesa, which will be, or the eastern end. And I don't know if we'll be able to get many shots from the top here down in the valley towards the cabin. And we're just still walking towards the eastern end of the Mesa. The little deck is over there on the western end. You can see the Spanish Peaks over there. Okay, we're getting to the eastern edge of the Mesa. Of course, that's Fisher's Peak in the background. I didn't bring the plat with me, but This land all down here and to the left is a part of the property, and the wet weather creek's down there in the very bottom, right down in here. And there's, you can see the roof of the cabin like right over there. Zoom in on that over here. Just came from there. Okay, we've come to the eastern edge. These pinyon pines and junipers are gonna see the east Spanish Peak through there. These pinyon pines and junipers are gonna block by. There's a spine that you can easily walk down and make a trail going down this valley right here, which is all a part of the property. Over in here in the southern boundary, line cuts through somewhere over there. I did bring the aerial, so I'll pull that out. You see the wet weather creek area down there. You drill towards the edge of where that cabin's right there. A good place for the boat. Definitely down at the bottom somewhere, which you can get access from the road that goes along the western boundary line. Okay, looking at the topo, the southern boundary line. Let me see it. Anyway, the southern boundary line, it goes up on this hill here, approximately, if I do my finger right across the top of this, and then back by the truck where we drove in at. We haven't gone very far from the gate we just left. There's an RV on a track next door, and we came up from this valley right here. We'll be going along the northern border as soon as we come around this curve. Everything on our right is a part of the property. So we're just up on top of that mesa right there. You see, you can walk down that ridge back to the valley below. What you can't see from the road are the grassy areas all around the property that you can see on the aerial. But the drone will show it too. So we're coming down to the little valley that's a wet weather creek area. You see how far it goes up that direction. And this is on property on this side. And there's the mesa that we were just standing on top of, trying to look down in here. Everything you're seeing right now is on the property, or properties. There's two 35-acre tracts. You can actually sell one of the tracts if you wanted to. Already platted and pinned. Okay, so the cabin's over there on the ridge that we saw from the mesa over there. We're going to drive to the end of this road, and everything on our right is part of the property. And this runs into, on the eastern boundary, a large ranch owned by a local old-time family that'll never sell. So it's going to be private. You're at the back of the ranch here. This is a methane gas well that's on the property. And it's fenced on the eastern boundary. I don't think you see that fencing. We'll come to the lock gate. So we're going to turn around and go back to the cabin. We just left the that gate on the eastern boundary line. So you can see all this meadow is part of it. You can see the cabin right back over there. This is a little two-track road. And that mesa right over there is what we're on top of. Fisher's Peak. So just to show you real quick, we're at the cabin at this location. The Mesa top we were on is right over here. Looks like there was a deck over here at one time. You're trying to do some work on it. Okay, take a look inside. Let's see. Tongue and groove unfinished, but this floor is down. Don't take much to finish it. So thinking what I'm going to do when I fly the drones, I'm going to start from this cabin and fly east to that eastern boundary where we drove to, the fencing on the eastern boundary and that gate, and then come back through the property and then go down this cabin canyon, and then go back up, go over that top of that mesa, and then come back along the northern boundary to our location. we're just coming to the top of the hill, and we'll be leaving the property. Everything on the left and west of the property. And if you go straight right here, you'll go to that first gate to the top of the mesa that we went to. So we're I'm gonna head back down and out, and thank you very much for watching. Please go to ranchviews.com, ranchviews.com if you saw this any other place. I do this with all my videos.